It brings to question, in fact, who wrote the Triple B Act? Was it not written to actually ensure that it is unenforceable and therefore the Black people can in fact be kept outside? We need to review and repeal some of the regulatory barriers that stifle the empowerment of our people, things like the PFMA and the CIDP as an example, which are there as gatekeepers rather than to enable our people to participate meaningfully in the economy. So it becomes very important for us that we also look at the banks and the banking licenses that have been given to make sure that the commercial banks can also play a critical and important part in terms of making sure that Black people participate in the economy. So for me, the whole issue of the lack of administrative power in the commission can probably best be dealt with by bringing amendments to the act, bringing them to parliament. But this is a very clear indication that there is a lot of transformation that has to take place in our country, that there is not going to be a voluntary transfer of the economy or sharing of the economy by those who benefited from 300 years of apartheid and oppression of our people since Jan van Riebeeck arrived at the Cape. So we need very, very seriously to rethink the manner and way in which the BEE is done, to move away just from where direct and indirect ownership are all seen as something that could be measured in terms of the scorecards. We need to separate all of these things to make sure that our people can participate in the economy. I think one of the members also talked about the kind of polarization that is going to take place in this country. If people continue to wrestle with the economy and they find that the doors are shut and they find that there is a glass ceiling in terms of the economy, and that the only thing that they can enjoy from something that is aptly termed as democracy is being able to go and vote once every 5 years, and then their vote immediately thereafter gets ceded to people who do not win the vote. So it's going to be very important for us that we relook at the whole Triple B Act. We relook at the commission, and also we repeal any regulatory bodies that are in fact standing in the way of the attainment of transformation in our country. Because the kind of inequality that we continue to experience, where only 11.4% of Black households are in the upper quartile in this country, and 20% of colored households are in the upper quartile in terms of income in this country, and 40% of colored households, of Indian households, are in the upper quartile in this country, and a whooping 73% of white households are in the upper quartile in this country. It tells you the kind of inequality that we're experiencing, and therefore the radical manner and way in which we need to deal with the economy, because this is the stuff that revolutions are made of. So if the redistribution of the economy is not going to take place on a voluntary basis by the haves, making sure that the have-nots also participate, the kind of polarization that would be seen would be untold. So therefore, it becomes very important that we go back and we relook at this and we see how best we can deal with this whole thing from a country basis. It's not a racial issue. It is an issue that says we need to have redress, because there are people who were undermined for more than 300 years and could not participate meaningfully into the economy. Our people are only being characterized and stratified to be people who must deal with spaza shops. What is that? Why spaza shops? What about being in manufacturing? What about being in mining? What about being part of the industrialization of this country? Because those are the high stakes that our people need to be participating in. Not just tell us about spaza shops only.